Welcome to Laurel Smith of Chicago, Illinois, nonprofit home video and artworks creations. In this particular video, we will be looking at the second sun image, in which was filmed within the atmosphere of planet Earth. Accompanying the second sun image seemed to be planet NIBIRU. However, the 6 moons in which can be seen with astronomical devices orbiting planet X has been seen in an additional second sun image filter. As we look at additional planets orbiting around the second sun, which goes back to Psalms 84:11 in the 400-year-old mistranslated King James Bible, false man-based religions of the world. We see Psalms 84:11 sun throne, which is ancient Egypt, winged sun disk, written upon all of the black African Egyptian temple walls as a sun with wings. When we go to the 15 billion year old sun throne in 1 John 1:1 that existed in the black outer regions of space before it created the 5 billion year old world, we're looking at the second sun image as astronomers film a second sun orbiting around our present sun. When we look at the 6th moon, or the moon closest to planet Earth, in which was filmed in the atmosphere, it was so huge, it just like on the summer night when you look up and see the big white moon, you can see the crevices and the valleys. Okay, and when I filtered the internet image of this closest planet orbiting the second sun, I discovered an African Sphinx land surface ruins. In other words, lines going along this planet, okay, has, just like if a person throw a basketball over your head, and as the basketball moves above your head, you look up at the bottom surface area of the basketball. In like manner, on this video, you will see the bottom surface of the planet of the crossing. Now, we're going to see African Sphinx faces, and we're going to see an alien 08 face and an alien 1 face. Now remember, we're talking about 2 planets. Well, one is the second sun, and the other is the planet X, or the planet of the crossing. Now, when I go back to the African faces filter, you're going to see the original Temple Mount data on the bottom surface of this huge planet, in which is viewed with the naked eye above the equatorial perimeter of planet Earth. So when I made one of the greatest archaeological, theological, astronomical, and microbiological discoveries concerning the original Temple Mount aliens, in which landed upon Mount Sinai in Ezekiel's will in the will like Old Testament U.F.O. Now, these Temple Mount aliens, they are connected to the octagon in the Jerusalem Temple Mount in the Middle East, the Holy Land of King David and Solomon. We're talking about African kings. King David was the African Ethiopian king of Jerusalem, GIZA, GAZA, and the lion sphinx of Genesis 49 chapter 8 verse of the tribe of Judah. He was also ruling over the 12 tribes of Jacob. Now, when we talk about the black African steppe pyramid civilization of Ham, this is geometrically the octagon within the rectangle. So whenever you think of black people and the steppe pyramids in South America, Pumapunku, Iraq, Iran, and the steppe pyramid of Saqqara, think about the blank white sheet of paper, and then you put an octagon within a coffer or a rectangle. So this is the globe earth rectangular king's chamber dimensions. So when we uncover the Dome of the Rock land surface image on the bottom area of planet Nibiru, we are looking at an African lion sphinx and octagonal building structures that have domes. So this is a direct 100% theological and archaeological and astronomical connection to the Temple Mount aliens of Ezekiel's will and the will, like Old Testament UFOs. So as we make this great archaeological, theological, and astronomical discovery concerning the octagon, the globe earth, equatorial perimeters. So we're talking about the Dome of the Rock in the Middle East, Jerusalem, octagonal roof. Now this is where the double Masonic square, the square base of the African pyramids in Egypt, can be seen generating the octagon. And you can see this by drawing a square on the blank white sheet of paper, and then superimpose another sideways square on that square. That's called a double Masonic square. So the intersecting lines of the double Masonic square, can be seen generating the octagonal Dome of the Rock roof in Jerusalem. This is where we connect astronomy with geometry and archaeology. So as we return to the double Masonic square base of the African pyramids in Egypt, referred to in the 400-year-old mistranslated King James Bible, in the book of Isaiah 19 chapter 19 verse, where it says in the 400-year-old mistranslated King James Bible data, in that day there should be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof. Now keep in mind, you have two sources of creation. You have the holy hydrogen light creation, which is the biblical light or the sun throne that exists in the black outer regions of space, that created the biological aliens with 3 fingers and 1 thumb and big black oval-shaped eyes. These aliens in turn lands on Mount Sinai in Ezekiel's will and the will, like U.F.O, from other planets within our solar system. But the aliens on the planet of the crossing, this is the planet in which I'm showing on my video. The outer land surface image shows Temple Mount structures and dome and octagonal cube structures. Now, it shows many of several African faces. There's no white faces or European false man-based image of Jesus, or religions of the world images of Jesus or Jehovah. There's only the King Solomon octagon and pyramid of the lion sphinx of the tribe of Judah. So this is an Ethiopian black African sphinx, Ethiopian black descendants of the tribe of Judah. So we're talking about Egypt, the pyramids, and the lion sphinx when we talk about the planet X, okay, and the black aliens of the Temple Mount. So as we go back to decoding the octagon within the Dome of the Rock, the globe earth stealth pyramid rectangular king's chamber dimensions, we go back to the Dome of the Rock roof and see this octagon. Then we see the double Masonic square base of the African pyramids in Egypt. Now when we look and walk around the octagonal building structure in Jerusalem, in the Holy Land, we walk around the sides and we see this golden dome. And when we walk around and look at the rectangular windows in the side walls of the octagonal building structure, this 8-sided building structure, the first thing we will notice is stone rectangular window frames in each of the 8 walls. Now, in each rectangular window frame, there appears as globe earth stealth pyramid Mercator projection E image, and this is the globe earth stealth pyramid Mercator projection of the 12 sons of Jacob. Now that left Iraq, which is in northeast Africa, that V-shaped piece of land where Mount Sinai is located in the middle. The African land of Judah is along the rim of the V-shaped piece of land, and the extraterrestrials that would land on Mount Sinai in the Old Testament is teleported to African lion sphinx Ethiopian descendants from Mount Sinai. Now remember, just above Mount Sinai you got the Egyptian land of Canaan. So that means if the modern white-faced Europeans, white-faced Israelites are claiming an ancient Egyptian land in the Bible, they are in 100% theological error. Every Afro-American minister and preacher and pastor is in 100% theological error, because now we look at an Egyptian land of Canaan, populated by black Africans of the lion sphinx of the tribe of Judah, speaking the Islamic Aramaic Dead Sea Scroll language, being transported by Ezekiel's will and the will, like U.F.O, up into NIBIRU. So this is how we connect the planet of the crossing to ancient Africa and to the African building structure called the Dome of the Rock. It's an African Ethiopian lion sphinx of the tribe of Judah building structure. Now when we look at this original discovery, we have to first decode the dome of the rock, outer wall, stone rectangular window frame, stellar pyramid image, E. And now it is connected to the planet X, or the planet of the crossing. Now when we draw an octagon on a blank white sheet of paper, then we draw a left and right line from north to south. So that's a vertical rectangular section in the octagon. Now we do a left and right section from east to west. We have just created a black African stone crochet building structure in LALIBELA. This is called, referring to the globe earth stellar pyramid Mercator projection, because if we put a square over that cross within the octagon, now we have created the Masonic square. Now remember, a Masonic square on a white blank sheet of paper, and you superimpose another sideways square on it, it's called a double Masonic square, and it's generating the dome of rock octagonal rough. So as we decode the crochet building structure in LALIBELA to planet X and the black aliens of the Temple Mount, we're going to see now that the holy hydrogen light of creation emerging from 1 John 1:1, 15 billion year old sun throne that existed in the black outer regions of space before it created the 5 billion year old world, is also the holy hydrogen light of creation element of all human souls. So this second sun, okay, is going in and out of our sun, okay, but the second sun is connected to the dome of the rock octagon, globe earth stellar pyramid rectangular king chamber dimensions. So this is where, when you go back to this octagon, we see several octagons within alien one face. This is a huge land surface alien image on the bottom surface of Nibiru. So there's octagons going down the center of alien one's face. So like, just like if you put one octagon on a building structure that has the golden dome, then you put one about 50 feet, about 50 miles below it, then another octagon on a building structure 50 miles below it. So this is how a stream of octagons is appearing straight dead center down the black African alien of the Temple Mount, planet X land surface face image. Now also there's African sphinxes and African Adam. Now the African Adam face appears on Mars. Okay, so just like the 41.2 degrees north stone face of Cydonia. Now it is the same face appearing on the bottom surface of planet X. So when you filter the land surface of planet X with a computer program, you just by balancing the brightness in contrast, right, you will be able to see the dome of the rock structures on this planet that appears with the naked eye above the equatorial perimeter of planet Earth. This is planet X. So if we return back to decoding the dome of the rock octagonal building structure to black aliens and the cube of King Solomon, 6-point star. This is the cube structure in Jerusalem within the center of a black African Ethiopian crochet building structure in LALIBELA. So as we move forward to this double Masonic square generating the dome of the rock octagon, then this decodes the Masonic 220 cubic base of the African pyramids in Egypt. Now, just before we get into the alien faces, there's a lot of alien faces I'm going to show you. There's this the original black intelligent aliens, black skinned aliens. Then you have dark brown skinned aliens. Okay, now there's two types of aliens, which appears in planet X, a land surface imagery. There are, you might see the three fingers and one thumb, big black oval shaped eyed aliens that's about 4 feet tall. Then you might see the elongated headed African ancient of days type of aliens, just like in ancient Egypt when you look at the elongated headed African pharaohs. And coincidentally, no African pharaoh with long watermelon shaped heads exists in Egypt today. Okay, so this means that they are the ones in that cube of King Solomon. So now the cube of King Solomon, it can be referred to as the planet of the crossing, because it crosses out of our solar system into the sun and into other dimensions, then back through the sun, portal. And now when it comes back into the sun portal, it's coming through the top of the center of a tornado rotating magnetic vortex. So if you picture a huge donut in outer space, okay, and then put all the circular planets in the equatorial area of the donut, You say, oh, I finally see what you mean. When Planet X comes back into our solar system, it's coming through the center of the tornado or the center of the donut. That's right. So that means that the sun is in the center of our solar system. So the sun is in the center of a toroidal donut-shaped magnetic field. In other words, two black holes touching tip to tip is like two tornado-like magnetic vortexes touching tip to tip. So the sun is in the middle of these two tornado-like vortexes. So when Planet X comes back into our solar system, it's doing so from a higher quantized black space field of equation. So that means if you go beyond black space with your naked eye, you in the black space field equation. Okay, so there's a field equation over black space. So this is what, when this Planet X come back through this field equation, it enters through the toroidal black hole touching tip to tip within the donut shape surrounding the sun. Now remember, the planets, all of the 9 circular planets, you can put them on a CD, a circular CD. So write 9 circles on the CD. All right, you know, a circular CD. All right, now the hole in the center of the CD, now you're going to put a tornado pointing downward and a tornado pointing upward, and the Earth is in the middle. But Pluto is at the rim of the CD circle, and it's at the rim of the donut. So when astronomers say that Planet X, according to the ancient stellar pyramid civilization of Ham in Babylon, that's in Northeast Africa, and the V-shaped piece of land is in Northeast Africa, where Mount Sinai, Ezekiel's willing to work like U.F.Os that was landed on Mount Sinai. So Planet X is connected to the Black African stellar pyramid civilization of Ham, and the Dome of the Rock outer wall stone rectangular window frame, E stellar pyramid E image. Now remember, all of the blocks in which the pyramid is made of in Africa, the Great Pyramid of Giza, you take one stone huge block. Now I'm going to give you a visual idea of what a stellar pyramid is, a Black African stellar pyramid. This is, if you stack 5 blocks on top of one another, that they form a step that you walk upon on the right side, and you do the same thing by stacking 5 blocks on top of one another, that they form a step that you walk on the left side. If you stand back, you're looking at a Black African stellar pyramid. Now this is the image that appears in the octagonal building structure outer wall stone rectangular window frame in Jerusalem. This means that this globe earth stellar pyramid in the window in Jerusalem, octagonal building structure outer wall surface area, is like connecting 2 stellar pyramids together at their bases. So now you got a north and south coordinate vector. Now when you put turn 2 stellar pyramids connected their bases sideways, now you got north, east, south, and west. So this look like looking down upon the stellar pyramid from a helicopter. Okay, you see the 4 corners. The pyramid in Africa has 4 corners. Okay, now when you go back to this globe earth stellar pyramid Mercator projection, it's connected to the first stellar pyramids in Africa, called the stellar pyramids of Saqqara. Now when we go to South America and Pumapunku,